now we're going to look at subtracting rational expressions. So we're going to start with an example that includes variables. So my first expression is 7 over 12x and then minus 3/4. Now we need to find a common denominator. So what I can do is make the denominator 12x. So I have to ask myself, well, what do I need to multiply this expression by to make it into 12x? And I know that in the denominator, to multiply, what do I need to multiply 4 by to turn it into 12? I can multiply that by 3. And then I also have to have the x there. And then if I multiply the denominator here by 3x, to not change the value of the expression, I also need to multiply the numerator by 3x. So I'm going to simplify this expression over here. So I'll start by bringing down the first expression. And then 3 times 3x, I would subtract, it would be minus 9x. And then 4 times 3 would be 12x. And then in the numerator, 7 minus 9x, I can just write as 7 minus 9x. And then over 12x. And then some of you just might switch the order of that and write negative 9x plus 7. Either is okay here. So we're going to look at a little bit more complicated of an example. So if I have 5 over x plus 1, and I subtract x minus 4 divided by x plus 1 times x plus 3. So we need to find a common denominator. And I notice that the denominator of both expressions has x plus 1. But the second expression has an x plus 3. So I need to multiply the numerator and the denominator of the first expression by x plus 3. So I'm going to put 5 and then times x plus 3. And then the denominator had x plus 1 times x plus 3. And then in the denominator, we have minus, and then we have x plus 1 times x plus 3. And what I'm going to do is distribute a negative 1 here to both expressions and change it into addition. So if I distribute the negative to the x, I'm just going to write negative x, and then the negative times the negative 4 turns it into positive 4. And then also, I'm going to simplify the numerator. If I have 5 times x plus 3, I'm going to distribute the 5, so 5 times x in the numerator would make 5x, and 5 times 3, I would add 15. So I'm just going to cross that out, and now I have common denominators, and I change to addition so I can just add. So 5x plus negative x is 5 minus x is 4x in the numerator. And then 15 plus 4, I would add 19. And then in the denominator, I have x plus 1 divided by x plus 3. So I'm going to leave that as it is. We could factor a 4 out and change that and put 4 times and then x plus and then 19 over 4, but it's not necessary.